What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another fantastic day in the hobby. I am DCI Jason here with big sexy Bradley Crenshaw. It is the DCI podcast, episode 31, first episode of the new year. Happy New Year, Brad. 2023.
Absolutely. Happy New Year to you, man.
Absolutely.
Happy New Year to all of you guys as well.
That's exactly right. 2023, the year of the champion here at DCI.
It's the Jordan year.
That's right.
That's right.
It's the year of the GOAT, the champion.
That's right.
We are. We've got tons of stuff happening at DCI. Not to jump straight into that. I kind of want to hear, what did you do for the New Year's? Anything fun for the New Year?
Man, I do not go out. I'm not a bar guy.
Yeah.
I don't spend my time, consuming a bunch of alcohol because it turns to bad decisions.
That's right. Especially on the holidays.
And I don't put myself out in those situations around a bunch of drunks. That's just not me.
New Year's Eve is one of those holidays too where everything's expensive. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. When I was young, it was always a blast to go out and, stay out until 3 a.m. and all that stuff. But it's just everybody's doing the same thing. Everyone's drinking. It's just dangerous. Go out another weekend.
And then you're hungover on the next day, hungover on New Year's when you should be, getting ready and ready to hit the ground running.
Right.
And so what did I do? New Year's Eve, fired the fire pit up. We did some s'mores. I did have a Mexican mule.
There you go.
At my house, sitting in the backyard. That's right.
Ginger beer.
That's right. Absolutely, it's good.
I used to work at a bar. That's right.
So I did have one of those, sitting around there. But we did s'mores and just kind of hung out with the kids, and we played, some cornhole. Which, by the way, I killed everybody. I killed everybody.
One of my favorite things on the New Year's weekend is the college football games. Got to watch the college football playoff. Got to see the local guys, TCU, the Horned Frogs, take down Michigan.
What a game.
Was that not fun?
I know. Golly, that was awesome.
That was awesome. I'm not a huge TCU fan. Obviously, with them being local to us in Fort Worth, know a bunch of TCU grads and have friends there who are beside themselves excited for the college football championship game. So I'll be rooting for TCU. I don't know if they've got enough to take down that Georgia team. I don't know if anybody's got enough to take down Georgia this year, but I will be personally pulling for TCU. I'm hoping next weekend they can get it done for the local guys here. I think that'd be interesting.
Maybe.
I doubt it. I just can't even believe they made it.
I know.
I'm happy for them to make it and to beat Michigan just to prove they, that mid-major school can compete.
Although Ohio State had their opportunities to take down Georgia.
They did. That second half was crazy.
Yeah, that field goal. I actually said, when they had the ball last, I said they left way too much time on the clock, and if it wasn't for that big shank kick, they would have. That was won.
Crazy. I know, dude. And that two barn burners. Great weekend of college football.
But I'll tell you one of the greatest games and I'm an LSU guy.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we blew out Purdue.
Yeah.
Drew Brees, I'm sorry. But you know what? It is what it is.
That's right.
The game that I really enjoyed was watching Tulane beat USC.
I was just gonna
Louisiana
say,
school again.
Yeah.
Tulane beats USC in one of the greatest games.
Unbelievable game.
Yes.
Man, and I was impressed. The USC quarterback, Caleb Williams, made a couple throws during that game when I was like, that is Patrick Mahomes, reincarnate, like on the run, on a line, across his body on the sidelines into a gap really small. I was impressed by Caleb Williams, but I agree, Tulane really impressed me.
Absolutely.
And as a Colorado guy, I always like to see USC lose. So,
there's several, and you brought up Patrick Mahomes. There's several guys that, throw the ball well in the NFL. What makes Patrick Mahomes is the backyard football style.
Absolutely.
He just has fun. The pitches, the running, and just the, oddly thrown balls, and
moving it to the left
they get completed, which reminds me a lot of Brett Favre and the way he used to play the game.
Those two guys, their ability to extend the play outside of the pocket just opens up, all those skill guys that they've got. It's impossible to cover, formerly Tyreek Hill, but any of these NFL wide receivers for more than 5 seconds. You know what I mean? It's like they're just too good of athletes for you to stay with them long enough. And so when he gets out of the pocket and can extend the play like that, forget it.
Yep.
He's unbelievable. Lots of cool stuff happening at DCI guys, this new year, to kick off the new year, we are rolling out with an unbelievable promo. I know you're really excited about it. Well, first of all, I want to talk about something that you're doing on your own. Before we get into the DCI happenings, Brad is going to be taking on the Hard 75 Challenge to start the new year. So tell us a little bit about Hard 75, something that we did at the office in the past year or so, but you're doing it again, bringing it back.
So 75 Hard is basically a lot of people look at it as a weight loss challenge. Everything for everybody seems to be like, well, how much weight do you lose? Or, when you do that program, when you've done it in the past, how much did you lose? And it's not a weight loss challenge. It is a mental challenge. It is to get you mentally focused to attack any obstacles that come your way. And what I mean by that is it's just a program that requires you to plan. And, not only that, it's no alcohol, none, not a drop. You're on a diet plan. You have to drink a gallon of water every day. You got to read 10 pages of any leadership or self-help book. You got to take a progress pic. You got to do 2 workouts. One of those workouts must be outdoors regardless of weather conditions. And the reason being for that particular workout is because in life, nothing is ever just sunshine. It's not sunshine and rainbows every day. There's times in life where, things get difficult. Things are tough. You don't think you can push through. You don't think you can make it. You want to give up. And I'll tell you, doing this challenge in the past, I've done it last January. Right. You remember? And so during that time, we went through 2 snow ice storms here, which it got negative degrees, snow piled up on the ground. Guess what? I still had to get out there. I still had to do my outdoor workout, and I look like a mummy. But you know what?
That's right.
I got out there and got it done because I don't like to fail. And if I'm going to fail, I want to make sure at least I fell forward.
Right.
So the challenge is great. I love it. The water, the mental focus, all that stuff. You would be surprised that about after day 7. The clarity you start getting in your mind.
I'm sure you stop thinking about it after a while too. It just becomes that routine you get in, and then you start feeling great, and you can't live without it almost towards that,
Well, you go from 75 hard. So the next step is going to go. I didn't do this last time. And I turned it up a little bit more this time.
Yep.
So I added in some extra things of my own.
Nice.
I went a little more dedicated on the diet.
Yep.
So hence why I'm protein shake right here. I've had protein shakes and salads, a little bit of chicken here and there,
Right.
But so I turned it up a little bit. And so the 10 pages of a leadership or self-help book, instead of just doing 10 pages, I'm doing a full chapter every day, which is usually around 20-something pages in the book that I'm reading. So I wanted to turn that level up. I'm also doing some chapters out of my leadership Bible. I'm reading some of those just as an added addition to what, I'm doing. And, yesterday was your workout's supposed to be 45 minutes. I went on an hour and 15-minute run.
Oh, there you go.
Just to turn it up an extra notch. And so when I come out of 75 hard, then I'm rolling into phase 1, which is a 30-day program, which is everything I'm doing now, except now I've got to spend some meditation time. Then after meditation time, I have to take a cold shower, which I'm doing the polar plunge right now. Gosh, I showed you a video of that a while ago of me doing freezing. It was absolutely, that's awesome. You saw my face.
Yeah, I'm out on the polar plunge. But
so anyway, it's a great challenge. It's not a weight loss challenge. It's literally a mind, discipline, mental challenge that I encourage everyone to take, especially, if you want to improve yourself and get better. So
that's awesome. It's inspiring kind of to see from, an employee standpoint that, at DCI, everything starts from the top, right? We're looking to level up, starts from the top. Personally, as a company as well, but you setting the tone like that kind of makes it easy for us going into the new year, ready to level up and continue just to add value to the hobby, which I think is super important and just cool that, not only are you taking care of yourself, but setting the example for everybody here to be healthy and happy and, live that lifestyle that we are all looking to live.
Absolutely. You cannot grow and level up
Right.
It's without taking care of yourself first.
Right.
You've got to start. That's like the foundation. It's like building a house.
Right. Well, and I like the word that you just used there, that foundation, right? The foundation of our services here at DCI for the past 3 years have been our RCR service, that raw card review at shows, through the office, on Whatnot. Also, guys, make sure you come get a stack started with me on our Whatnot channel. Tons of sales flying out on the left. That's exactly right.
To the left.
Although I did get a little reorganized. I got some more space. We've upgraded our setup a little bit. Always leveling up at DCI. But something I wanted to talk about as we roll into the new year is an awesome promo that we've got. Through the mail only, so mail-in RCRs only, starting today through the first quarter of the year, are going to be $3 a piece. Only $3 a piece. $3 a card. RCR, there is no better value in grading right now.
Absolutely not. And that is just to add the value back, like you talked about a while ago.
First quarter of the year only, we want to start off providing that next level of value back to the hobby. $3 RCRs, mail-in submissions only at DCI Grading, guys.
Thank you guys for the support that you've given us over 2022.
We couldn't make this happen without you.
And this is our way of saying thank you. And here's a great chance for you to take advantage of this opportunity.
Absolutely. This first couple months, it's going to put you in position to not only succeed the rest of the year in the hobby as the market kind of recovers a little bit, but just kind of, maybe free up some extra cash and stuff for the beginning of the year for you. So I don't know, $3 RCR, send in as many as you got, guys. This is a huge value opportunity for the hobby, something that we're really, really excited about as well, which is, our main service, again, is kind of going to be that RCR service. And as we transition into the slabs, that $12 a card slab option that is rolling out right now, January 1st in the new year as well. We're very excited about that.
And so another reason we're offering that $3, we're moving away from that RCR.
Yep.
Just basic service. And that's because of our $12 slab submissions, like you just mentioned.
Exactly.
We're moving into the full slab. They look amazing.
They're unbelievable.
You're going to start seeing a lot more of those surfacing at card shows and on the internet and auction houses and things along those lines. They're absolutely gorgeous.
They're
and
sweet.
It's not because I'm biased. It's because they just look really nice. What we did with those slabs was we took the best of, the multiple grading companies, combined them into one, and we basically said, we want to create something that is, that we would want to put our own stuff into.
Absolutely.
And that is what we done.
We didn't reinvent the slab. We didn't reinvent the wheel. We took bits and pieces of the best that is available and put them all together.
Absolutely. And for $12.
For $12, I mean, you can't beat it.
No.
Again, this is the best value in grading. And we will stand by that till the end of time.
100%.
100%. It's exciting. Those are the happenings that kind of took place at the very end of last year, the beginning of this year as we move forward. I want to talk about some things that also happened in the hobby at the end of last year, the very end of last year, in between our last podcast episode and this. We saw a card that everybody's familiar with, the Luka Doncic 1-of-1 National Treasures Logoman. The buyer has revealed himself. We now know where that card ended up, and it is in the fantastic, famous collection of Mr. Shine 150.
Where it started
back in 2018.
Yes, he had bought it previously for what?
425,000.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Card Porn put out a post, kind of the history of the purchases and sales of the Luka Doncic Logoman. For those of you who haven't seen the card, Shine bought the card for $425,000 in 2018. He sold it in 2019 after making it public on his Instagram for about $4.6 million. If you believe that, the card became the highest basketball card ever sold in a private sale. I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name who bought it.
It's 72 Woot Woot.
Okay, 72. I know. I used the username. I couldn't remember his name. So 72.
It's Nick.
Nick, thank you.
Yeah.
He sends the card to auction with PWCC in December. The card sells for $3.1 million. The highest basketball card.
Was it 3.1 or 3.6?
3.1. Yep, 3.1. Thank you, fact check. 3.1 million, the highest public sale of a basketball card ever. And now it is revealed that Shine has purchased it back after selling it for 4.6 million. He purchased it for 3.1. Talk about buying high, selling low.
He owns the card.
Yep, selling high.
He has the card in his possession, according to his Instagram post.
Yep.
So the modern grail of basketball, and he has the card and $1.5 million in cash profit.
Unbelievable.
In his account for that card.
Pretty good deal.
It's not too bad.
Unbelievable. That was when that post came out, man. I think it set the hobby social media world on fire.
Absolutely.
Good on you, Shine.
Absolutely. Great job. I mean,
that is awesome.
Absolutely. Everybody's in business to make money, and you definitely maximize.
I mean, that was just perfect timing. Which is awesome.
I think it's great.
Absolutely.
I do think it's great. But it was just when you look at that, 1.5 million, and you rebought the card back. Great job.
That's awesome, man. I mean, business. I think everybody wishes they could make some flips like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
No kidding. That was a crazy happening in the hobby. Again, we saw so many big one-of-ones pulled. Obviously, National Treasures every year is the most sought after that high end set. The Logoman from NT NBA, the NFL Shield from football. Mm-hmm. With this next class about to hit the market in 2023, what are your predictions? Like, are we going to see some of these Logomen continue to set record prices? Does the market kind of soften up a little bit with?
I think you see the market continue to soften up with the prospected, quarterbacks.
Sure.
And the reason being is because people are starting to realize, the injuries that can happen. So Trey Lance,
right?
The amount of money that went into Trey Lance, versus, if you would have taken that same money and put it into, Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or somebody like that, who's already won Super Bowls and has a little bit, it has a little bit more establishment. Even Patrick Mahomes, prices are high.
Yep.
But at least he has one Super Bowl. Now they are projecting the price points for him to win multiple Super Bowls. But still, when you start looking at, if you go and spend, $1 million on a shield of a rookie quarterback in the projection, thinking that he's going to do what for $1 million?
Right.
I mean, how many Super Bowls does he have to win in order to make that card worth $1 million? And, so I think you're going to, with all classes, you're going to start to see the rookie classes soften. Mm-hmm. You'll still see your top picks and people that bring more money than, the others.
Sure.
But I think you're going to see that start to really soften as we move forward, because collectors and investors and things along those lines and the hobbyists have gotten smarter.
Absolutely.
They're getting more intelligent, and which is really needed for this hobby to continue to move forward.
Do you think that during the boom, so much outside money came into the hobby that people could overpay for things at the time and still be a little bit, still be safe? They could still profit down the line.
I think a lot of money did come into the hobby.
Yeah.
I think a lot of money has left the hobby.
I think so too.
I think they jumped in. They saw it started hitting all the national newses, and it was everywhere about all these high card, price sales, and people just really got the FOMO, and they jumped in, and then they went in really, really hard, and they thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna buy. I mean, I even had some conversations with Jesse at PWCC on, like the Jordan rookies, because I was looking to buy, some of those, some PSA 10s. And, at one time, you could have got those for like $20,000, and I just held off and didn't buy. And then I remember during the Last Dance,
$250.
It actually run up. The most expensive one, I think, sold for $120,000. And I remember sitting in my kitchen with my laptop open, and I showed my wife, and I was like, $120,000 for this Jordan rookie. Right. And she's like, that's ridiculous. And so it continued to go up. It went to 2, then it went to 3, then it went to 4, and then I think the top price was actually, there was one that sold for $840,000 that 72 Woot Woot bought.
Right, of course.
But anyway, that particular card got up so high, and with the populations of that card, it was like, what in the world is going on?
Not $3 billion. Yeah,
yes,
right.
So I do believe, a lot of that is going to start, softening as we move and people get more educated with their collecting. And, just that institutional money that thought they were going to jump in and so on and so on. And Jesse made that comment when I called him about that PSA 10 card. I was like, say, bro, I said, what's the best price you can get me on a PSA 10 Jordan? He's like, man, they're at $250 right now. And I'm like, $250,000 for that card? I said, do you really think that card's going to sustain that? He's like, I don't think you're ever going to see it below that again.
Dang. It's just crazy.
And I was like, and so I think that was the mindset of a lot of people.
I totally agree.
And so I didn't buy at that point. I let it be. And they ended up running on up.
And then
then it come back down.
Yep.
And then, I picked up mine. So, it was that
it's all about timing and
correct. And that institutional people that come in with that money did not realize they just weren't educated. Started, right? They weren't educated enough in the sports card hobby. It'd be like taking me and plugging me into investing in, Magic.
Right.
I ain't got a clue what I'm looking at.
As far as you're concerned, that market starts today moving forward, and the history of the Magic market, you have no
I don't even know how to research the card and be able to tell what the card is worth. I would need such simplicity. I would need to be able to scan the card and an app or something tell me exactly what that card is, because I wouldn't even know how to go start, in a search engine and look. And so I think that's what happened with a lot of money that come into the hobby. And then when they got in there and then things started going down, then they were like, whoa,
we got to get cash back out.
Yep. And so a lot of those sales, if you look, every Premier or every Golden Auction or every auction house, you can find a PSA 10 Jordan. Now you can find a LeBron RPA out of Exquisite. You can find a 52 Mantle. All those cards that you used to couldn't, were hard to find. Mm-hmm. They're constantly coming up. And it's because those are the people that I believe that are exiting out of the hobby, and they're just trying to get back what they can.
I agree. And if I had to put a prediction on the hobby moving forward, I agree. I think a lot of the, the high end, the, what would you say, the industrial money or the kind of the corporate money, if you will continue to make that decision, right? Whether they believe the hobby is going to continue to grow moving forward, financially viable for them. I do think that, however, we will see continue to see an influx of the collector, the flipper, if you will, people who can make extra money on cards. I believe, or just sports fans. Sports fans are not going anywhere; they will be there forever.
Correct.
There will always be an end collector, even if it's $1 card.
I will always be a collector.
Absolutely,
that is what I am. I am a collector.
Now, what I would like to see are people in my friend group, people who have in the past, maybe the last couple of years, looked at cards as kind of an alternative way to make money, right? As a legit, viewing that industry as a legitimate industry. Like people now, I've got a group of friends that I play fantasy football with who, instead of betting on sports on the weekends, will say, hey, let's pool our money, go get a case of wax, let's rip it out, grade it out, send it off, and try to make our money that way. Yeah. And it's really, I think people are trying to look for more ways in those alternative industries, cards being one of the ones that has come into the limelight of the mainstream media. And I think people will continue to kind of join that realm, whether it's just for fun or a little bit of extra money, not necessarily a business.
Yeah, you're not gonna be getting the 100x returns like you did before,
right?
But there's still money to be made in the hobby.
100%.
I mean, it's just at some lower scales. I mean, you can buy a card for, graded for $25-$30 and turn around and, flip that card for $50.
Right.
And, so
if you do it 100 times,
you do that multiple times. And so there's a lot of ways to make money in the hobby.
It doesn't always have to be the one big score.
There's a lot of ways to make money in ripping as the wax prices continue to come down.
Absolutely.
Ripping and grading. That's what you should be doing, because people want to buy graded stuff.
Keep your margins intact. Keep those new products churning, guys. Keep that cash moving. That is going to do it. We have one big announcement that I want to end our podcast with. Congratulations to our New Year's giveaway winner, HR Cards. HR Cards on TikTok, YouTube. I think he's got the username locked up across all of our social media platforms. But HR Cards, congratulations, my friend. You are our New Year's giveaway. The Zion case is headed your way.
Very nice.
Yeah, HR Cards taking home a little.
He gets a Zion case and 10 free slab submissions.
Oh, geez, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Slab, not even RCRs.
Yeah,
slab
submissions.
Zion case, 10 free DCI slabs. Going to our friend HR Cards. Thank you, everybody who participated. But yeah, HR Cards taking home the dub. Starting the new year
like
off.
A home run.
That's exactly right. How about that? See what he did there? That's all right. Awesome, guys. Hey, I want to invite everybody to our Whatnot stream. We've got an awesome community on Whatnot. It's daily $1 auctions going. Come hang out with me. Get a stack going to my left. I stack them up for you. We've got awesome cards. Great community. Great place to hop in and start building a collection. Also, if you don't mind, leave us a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you are following. You don't want to miss any of our upcoming content. We've got weekly podcasts, tons of awesome stuff coming up this year, first quarter of the year. $3 RCRs, guys. Our mail-in special going right now at DCI. The best value in grading, $3 RCRs. Get those cards in the mail. And that is it for us. I am DCI Jason, here with Big Sexy Bradley Crenshaw, and we are out.